Hello, this is Charlene Lovette, professional writing tutor with Shaw University's Writing Center. We are going to look at how to identify and avoid plagiarism. The objectives of this lesson are to identify plagiarism and various types of plagiarism, to find and review Shaw University's policy on plagiarism, and look at how to avoid plagiarism by practicing how to summarize, paraphrase, and quote ideas. Oxford Dictionary defines plagiarism as the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. Now, what does Shaw University say about plagiarism? Well, in the handbook, the student handbook, you will find that the first time a student plagiarizes, he or she can expect to receive a 0 for the assignment. A second incident of plagiarism by the same student in the same class will result in an automatic expulsion from the class and a grade of F in the course. The third incident of plagiarism in a student's college career will be cause for additional disciplinary action up to and including suspension from the university. To access Shaw's policy on plagiarism, you can go to Shaw's website, which is shawu.edu, then find Student Life, and from there go to the student handbook. Or you can use a camera or a QR code reader, and this image will take you directly to the handbook for students to find what the exact policy states. Now, there are ways basically to avoid plagiarism, and they require the use of summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting. Summarizing involves referencing the original source. And when you do that, the text is usually much shorter than the original text. For example, you might write one single page to summarize a 4-page article. The key here is you must use your own words with a very limited use of quotations. When paraphrasing, again, it's the original source that you're referencing, and the text may be shorter or longer because you're using your own words to paraphrase. When quoting, you must reference the original source, and the text produced will be the exact length of the original text, unless some words are intentionally left out, and then the ellipsis marks are used. Those are the 3 dots to show that some text was left out. But otherwise, you're using the author's exact words, and you're putting quotation marks around those words and including a page number of the original source, unless it's online and there are no page numbers, and then you can use a paragraph number or section headings to show exactly where that text is located. So here are the steps to avoiding plagiarism. First, understanding what plagiarism is. 2, properly quoting and paraphrasing. 3, properly citing the sources. 4, checking your work for possible plagiarism. And also getting practice. So now it's your turn to do just that. It's time to practice. On the next slide is a sentence from a scholarly article. You are to write a paraphrase of that sentence, and you are to write a sentence that shows a direct quote and use APA formatting. The excerpt from the article states, in an effort to seek the causes of this disturbing trend, experts have pointed to a range of important potential contributors to the rise in childhood obesity that are unrelated to media. And underneath that, it shows where this quote came from. What you ought to do is paraphrase and quote. Stop your video and give yourself time to do just that. Paraphrase and quote. When you're done, come back to the presentation. Go to the next slide. How did you do? A possible response for paraphrasing is a report by the Henry J. Kaiser Family Foundation, 2004, describes sources other than the media for the childhood obesity crisis. So those are words that were a rephrasing of what the author said, but it shows the date and the page number. A direct quote would look like this, using APA format. According to the Henry J. Kaiser Family Foundation, 2004, with a comma, and then exact words are picked up, put in quotation marks with a page number reference, and then a period after that. Also remember to use plagiarism checkers. Grammarly, Turnitin, and EasyBib are just some of the plagiarism checkers available. You may find many others if you search the internet. Congratulations, you have completed this lesson on how to identify and avoid plagiarism. Happy writing!